Hello, welcome to Jennifer's Magic Book Club. Today I'm here to read a novel which is called The Science of Breakable Things. So I'm going to start reading from assignment 3, page 20. So I'm going to start. He sighed. Natalie, I'm hearing what you're saying, and I know this has been really hard on you, but please understand. Dad, I interrupted. I'm hearing what you're saying, but this is for school. I really need to finish my lab report with Twig. He was silent for a beat, and I could picture him running his left hand flat down on the side of his face, debating. He used to do that when he thought about his research and his clients. Now he does it when he thinks about Mom and me. In the end, his fatigue won over his desire to therapist me. Please be home for dinner. And then, simple as that, we were free to escape to Twig's place. It's only a 15-minute bike ride from the school. 10 if we're biking fast, and we rode fast today, trying to maximize our time together before Dad made me go home. Twig and her mom live in this mansion of a house. Twig's dad is a banker in New York and makes buckets of money. Her parents are amicably separated, but he sends this huge checks once a month, and Twig's mom makes a lot of money too, designing apps that tell pretty people what clothes they should wear. Twig's mom is beautiful and used to be a supermodel, so she's basically obsessed with pretty clothes and pretty people, and they fly to Paris 3 times a year. Every time we pull up to her house on our bikes, I'm like, wow. We'll be biking along this tiny road covered with trees, and then, out of nowhere, their giant brick house will appear. Twig doesn't talk much about her parents, and she never brings anyone else to her house, which I guess isn't much a problem because she doesn't have any friends beside me. Here's the thing, Twig showed up in the middle of 4th grade. Like, one day she kind of poofed in from a different universe. She wore an outfit entirely made of sequins to celebrate her first day and appeared as we all stood outside the classroom waiting for school to start. Twig wore these plastic-heeled shoes that clacked when she walked, and everyone hushed and stared like we were in a movie. She laser-beamed over to Michaela and me and said, "We're gonna be friends." Michaela made this weird, wrinkly look I'd never seen before and said, but I smiled and said, "Awesome." Not everyone gets Twig, but I do. Anyway, Twig and I rode in through the big gates to her house and tossed our bikes on the lawn. As soon as we walked inside, her housekeeper, Helen, started fluttering around us. Helen's from France, so she speaks with this fancy accent that Twig and I try to copy when she's not around. We don't do it in a mean way, though. We both really like Helene. Natalie is good to see, my second favorite girl, she said as she took our backpacks and hung them on the coat rack. Thanks, Helene, I said. She poured us 2 tall glasses of cold milk, and Twig and I made our way down to the basement. "What should we play?" Twig asked as she flicked on the basement lights, illuminating our favorite hangout spot for the past few years. 2 huge beanbags rested atop the hot pink shag rug that Twig's mom hates but we love. Twig walked over to the fur wall and put a hand on her hip as she examined her huge bookshelf filled entirely with board games. "We should play Sorry or Purchase or Clue," she continued, but Twig only ever asked to seem polite. She always ends up picking the game herself. "I don't care," I said, taking a sip of milk and settling into the purple bin bag. By that point, Twig was already pulled Clue out of her stack of 100 billion board games and sat it in front of me. She flopped onto a green bag and we sat on the game, laying all the pieces out on the rock. We had this down to a science, and within a minute, Clue was ready. We played twice. The second time we got Mrs. White with the candlestick in the kitchen, and the first time I don't remember. When Twig started resetting the pieces for the third time, I suggested we actually write our lab reports. She agreed reluctantly, then doodled all over the cover of her composition book. Doodles are an important part of the process, Twig said as she drew a row of cartwheeling frogs across the name line. To be honest, I don't think I've ever seen her do homework, even though I know she smirks. School's not really something that concerns her, and she definitely doesn't care about this assignment. But I spent an hour doing mine and writing all this because I guess for some reason I kind of do. So I'm done reading till the end of assignment 3. I hope you're enjoying with me and see you later. Bye. Have a nice day. Thank you.